Hello, my name is Sam and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. Today, if you haven't guessed, I'm going to be building a public library. First off, I would like to disclose that I cannot take full credit for the building that I am creating today. I was looking back at some of my comments on my videos, the industrial terracotta home to be specific, when I stumbled upon a comment by Albert Scal. I hope I pronounced that right. However, Albert was curious how I would build an industrial library, so of course, I asked myself, how would I build an industrial library? At first, I thought about attaching it to the terracotta home, which, if you haven't already checked out that build, I can link it down below. It is pretty cool. I will say so myself. And then I thought to myself, why not take on a even bigger task and create an entire library? Now, I didn't have a whole picture drawn up in my head when I started this build, so I really didn't know if I would be able to accomplish the look and feel of an industrial library. So of course, I wasn't sure if it would turn out to be more of a modern build, or would I pull from the Victoria era and just add some cool exposed piping. So I wasn't too sure, but I did look for some inspirational photos and decided to maybe try to incorporate a little bit of both. There are a few things I knew for sure when building this library. I did want high ceilings with peaked roofs, a 3-story, which I thought was really cool, and I wanted to give it kind of a old church vibe, which, as you can see right now, I think I kind of accomplished, maybe? I don't know. The interior was kind of where I wanted to add more of those modern elements. At first, I wanted to do some white walls to create contrast with warm furniture, and like black metal and copper metal and a little bit of gold. All the metal apparently. I also wanted to include a coffee station. I thought that would be a really cool addition to the library, so Sims, they can hang out, and if they don't want to read any books or study, they could, invite their friends over, have a cup of coffee, and sit on comfortable couches and just chat a little bit. Those were kind of some of the ideas that I had. And you will kind of see at the end whether or not I accomplished what I was going for, basically. So a lot of this time was kind of built outside. A lot of my builds, like I always mention, I spend a lot of time outside because, you want to get that kind of feel. And I don't really know what I'm saying now. Basically, I guess, if you know anything about houses, that curb appeal is very important. And unfortunately, with houses, you sometimes tend to judge the book by its cover. So, if the outside is nice, then the inside should also be just as nice. Hopefully. Sometimes that is very deceiving. I'm going to ramble on a little bit, I guess, but trust me, buying a house and looking at pictures online and then actually going to see the property or looking at the outside of the house and going in can be very different. Either the outside could be nice and the inside be awful, or vice versa, or all of it could just be completely crap. So, oh my goodness. Okay, well, that's my little tangent spiel. I'm gonna stop talking now. And I'll just let you guys listen to a little bit of music. Enjoy. hope you guys have been enjoying the build so far. As you can probably kind of see, I have sort of ditched that whole white wall high contrast idea that I had in the very beginning of this build and kind of turned more into the Victorian era. As of right now, it kind of still looks like a remodeled Victorian church. But I do have, you can kind of see in that little corner on the right hand side, I did that, well, I think it's cool. You may not think it's cool. This little light fixture thing, and then I think with the front desk there and the writing, I thought that was kind of a nice entryway into the library. And later on in the video, you will see I will be adding in some exposed piping into the walls, and I kind of added some copper features and more industrial vibes with the stairs there. And so definitely more on that Victorian, mid-modern century, not so much modern-esque vibe. That is what is happening right now. And I am kind of working on the most important part, and that is the shelving. It was a little bit awkward actually trying to figure out where to place all of the bookcases, because I still wanted to keep it like kind of open and airy, but in order to make it a library, I think you need to have more than one bookcase. So I kind of just put the bookcases anywhere that I thought that they would fit, so they are kind of everywhere in the library. But you know, libraries have little different sections, and so each little area can be a different section of the library. I also really like that how I made the pillars on the second and third floor into well, actually I haven't made it into anything yet, actually, because we haven't got to that part of the video, but soon you will see we will start and head back upstairs, and I will be turning those little pillar areas into little study nooks with computers and whatnot. Oh, there we go. Here we are. I am doing it right now. And these little study nooks that I'm working on, I did kind of play around with them a little bit because I wasn't sure at first if I wanted to make all of them a computer area. As you can see, actually right now I am turning two of them into like a little chest room, but they didn't really I don't know, it was kind of an awkward area, so you can't put too much furniture in because I don't think the Sims will be able to walk around. So I did eventually decide to take them out of those areas and just put them in front of the fireplaces, make a little cozy area for the Sims to play chess. I think it was kind of hard because I almost wanted to add in art easels and things like that, but I felt it probably would get a little bit too complicated. At one point I even debated putting like a play place, like that pirate ship children's jungle gym in the back for like kids to play, but I didn't really, I don't know, I feel like this isn't really a kid friendly library. Obviously kids can go there, I can't tell them not to go there, but I just felt that it is a little bit more of a moody area, and that you know, it's kind of giving me a little bit of a Harvard vibe for seeing the Harvard library, but you know, I feel like the Harvard library would be very like studious and very serious, and nobody talks above a whisper or else you are kicked out for life. I don't know. I've never been to Harvard, nor will I probably ever go and visit the Harvard library. Blah 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 blah. Words. I feel like somebody should count how many times I've said library in this video. I also feel like I say Like I said library. Like library. Like I don't pronounce my raries very well. Library. It's kind of a toughie, maybe, to say. Anyways, like I'm struggling with the words that are coming out of my mouth, I also had a very hard time struggling with this little green area in the back. Because I wish that almost they had curved foliage that I could have just placed around, but instead, no, we have squares, so I'm trying to make a square into a circle, which doesn't really work out. I also don't love that, and maybe it's just me, but is it just me? But the grass that they have on the lots, there's not a matching grass in the game. And like maybe you can download it, or like maybe I'm just dumb. But that's something that like irked me a lot, because now I just stare at this little patch of grass that like I tried to kind of blend in, but I also like didn't want to do the whole lot in grass because I don't have time for that. It's very tedious and I didn't want to do it. Maybe I'm lazy, but anyways, maybe that could be something that they added, or maybe they have added and I just, because I don't have all the expansion packs, don't have that option. But you know, it'd be nice if it kind of matched. And speaking of expansion packs, I just thought I would quickly mention that I do not use any custom content in my video, so everything you see is from a expansion pack pre-created by The Sims, which I have linked to all of them down below. So this is basically how the building turned out. As you can see, I definitely pulled more from the Victoria area, so I am not completely sure if I hit the mark on this one. I will say that Albert never mentioned that it had to be modern, even though it has a tiny bit of modern elements, but it never hit the mark on the high ceilings, peaked roof, 3-story, and the church structure vibe. Now we are getting very close to the end of the video. I hope that this library was everything you hoped for. You are welcome to download it in the Sims gallery if you did like it and you do want to add it to your game. I have listed my Origins ID down below. Please feel free to give this video a like, subscribe, and if you have an extra second, you can click that bell button and you will be notified every time I upload a video. I am very sorry for the lack of schedule that I have with uploading, but I will do my best, and hopefully in the future I will be a little bit more regular. And once again, thank you so much for watching this video.